how to create transitions. So, well, shader transitions. So going from either one material to another, using some type of controller, and having it transfer over. I'm going to be going over that quick bet. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this on something that will look nice, or just to give us a better understanding of how everything's working. So we're going to use Suzanne, and we're going to subdivide, shade smooth, and probably just apply this. Now let's create a material and probably just call it transition or something like that. Now we're going to go into the shader view, and we're going to go into shader editor. Now you can do this in both Eevee and Cycles. There's just an extra step that you're going to need to do, which I will get to later. Let's just give Suzanne some shading. So we'll say it's like a metal thing, and we're going to do the transparency-esque shader, so that way it sort of like morphs into itself. I believe a gradient texture, and we're going to put that on the alpha here with a color ramp. We're going to do Control T to get all of this here, and we're going to also set this to object for a number of reasons, but I'll get to it in a sec. And then we're going to change it to quadratic sphere. And then what we need to do is we need to add an empty. Any empty works. I usually use a sphere for this case because I want to match the idea that it's a sphere. So we're going to select that as the object. So now when you go through it, the transition happens. Now as you can see, it's black right now. It's not actually transparent. To fix this, it works in Cycles. If you turn this into Cycles, it'll be transparent and work correctly. But on Eevee, you have to go to your shader settings and change the blend mode to either alpha clip or alpha blend. Alpha blend will allow you to, I believe, see the back face of certain things. Also, something that we want to do here is maybe adjust this color ramp. As you can see, oh, you can't see through it. So what we need to do is, I believe, change this to alpha clip for the blend mode. It might be alpha clip. Yeah, so change it to alpha clip if you actually want to see the inside of your object, because now essentially what we have is this cool transition S shader. It's obviously just doing a sphere. That's boring. So what I want to do is, I believe we need to mix RGB these two things. Maybe if we multiply it, I think there's like a specific way you have to go about this, and I'm trying to remember as I go right now. Yeah, so if we hit multiply, it should be fine. Only the black values will show, and we can kind of adjust the scale to now give it a good tear. Another thing that I like to do as well to kind of give the whole distortion kind of thing. Yeah, essentially that's what we're doing. And I'm also going to add another layer of distortion, which should kind of like give it like a rippling effect, so that way it's not just this clean like transition aspect that's coming. I'll just show it off. So we're going to use a bump node. And the other thing that we can do is we could actually just duplicate this, move this over a tad, so that way we have room. We're going to reuse this mix shader and toss this into the height. Let it load. Now we have like a nice layer of like bump, which is really cool. And you can also adjust this, so like if you just want like a slight like edge highlight, could be cool. I don't know what your thing is. Okay, but that is the end of that tutorial. Hope you enjoyed. It was quick. Obviously play around with all that shit. I don't remember exactly what the other stuff did. I definitely would say look up some tutorials. I might link the tutorial that I looked at that taught me that stuff. And yes, you're welcome, I guess. It wasn't that detailed, but I at least showed off the nodes, so hopefully you can maybe just screenshot, copy it over to your own projects, and use it. So yeah, it'll be really cool.